The country fought back today. If you've been wondering what is going on, when will somebody do something, we saw some small victories today. You had a judge in Massachusetts who blocked this federal buyout crap that Trump and Elon Musk was trying to pull. Another judge struck down their pursuit of birthright citizenship, saying that it is something that is mandated under the 14th Amendment. You can't change that. DOGE is getting the handcuffs slapped on him, okay? You had a judge that said, look, only one, maybe two people have access to just read people's social security, all their information. Now, I believe more action is going to keep getting taken against DOGE and against everything that Elon Musk did. He really was overstepping his boundaries over the last few days. People are underestimating how much he was overstepping his boundaries. At one point, the guy and his cronies tried to get up into the World Bank. The World Bank, not the United States doesn't have any access to that. They tried to get into the World Bank to do their bullshit. I'll never stop saying it, and I still believe it, okay? This man's involvement with American politics and now the actual American government will destroy everything he's built. One of his little cronies had to resign today. One of his little teenage racist cronies had to step away from DOGE because they caught him being racist online. The noise that people are making is working, all right? The people in power are never going to admit it to us in the open, but it is working. And I want to say there is another battle we all have to try and come together for. April 1st, all right? April 1st. There are 2 districts in Florida, 1 district in New York that have special elections coming up. These elections are for congressmen, okay? Congressmen, we can help the Democrats flip the power in the House. Pay attention to these elections. If you live nearby, find out if you're still registered to vote because they try funny business, especially with local elections. Get the word out. Talk to the youth. Talk to anybody that has been negatively affected by what's going on with this administration over the last 2 weeks. If all those seats go blue, or even just 2 out of the 3, the Democrats can close that margin and actually start pushing forward agendas that can combat what we are all experiencing right now. Because Republicans have shown that they care more about protecting Elon Musk, even more so than Donald Trump. They have gone to defense for Elon Musk over the president right now. So get the word out, make your vote count, and then it truly will be up to the people we put in office to do exactly what we want them to do, okay? Stop all this Project 2025 bullshit.
Citizenship is a fundamental constitutional right. The 14th Amendment secures the blessings of liberty to our posterity by bestowing on all those born in the United States and subject to its jurisdiction the rights of citizenship. We are all citizens subject to the rule of law. No amount of policy debate can change that. And the fact that the government has cloaked what is effectively a constitutional amendment under the guise of an executive order is equally unconstitutional. The Constitution is not something with which the government may play policy games. If the government wants to change the exceptional American grant of birthright citizenship, it needs to amend the Constitution itself. That's how our Constitution works, and that's how the rule of law works.
That's right.
Because the president's order attempts to circumscribe this process, it is clearly unconstitutional.
Boom!
The preliminary injunction is granted on a nationwide basis.
Offer this buyout, that any buyout would have to be authorized by Congress. Judge George O'Toole, who's a federal district judge up there in Boston, has put a temporary injunction on the midnight deadline for employees to submit whether or not they're going to take the buyout. He has now extended that until Monday at the very least. Again, these federal unions are saying that any kind of buyout like that would have to be authorized by Congress, and also argues that what the Trump plan is here is to replace career civil servants with, quote, partisan loyalists. But as far as we know from the president and Elon Musk, the plan is to downsize the civil service by about 100,000, if not more. So the number is at 60,000 right now. We expected that more would probably take the deal before the midnight deadline. But
The reason they said it was stolen first is so that we couldn't. The reason they stormed it first is so that if we said anything, they could paint us to be the bad guys.
Here are some of the reasons why I do believe more action is going to be taken against Doge and Elon Musk moving forward. I've read some of your comments on my last video, even though I just posted it. Obviously, we're having a discussion. Now, one of the things a few of you have said is that he may already have data. He's already been in there for a few days. Him and his people have already been in there gathering data. This is true. But there are still many pending lawsuits that are out right now concerning this situation. There is still more information that is going to be revealed as we move forward. And I believe, based off the simple fact that he has not been given a security clearance, especially not to go into places like the Treasury or the VA, based off how the law works, they are going to have to subpoena him for any information that he may have already had access to. So if he has data, the government's going to want it back. And if he does not give it back, he is definitely committing a crime. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's nothing anybody in the executive branch could do to stop him from being prosecuted for a crime. Now, many of you are concerned that he gets convicted of a crime and the president just pardons him like he tends to do for most criminals. However, the president can only pardon federal crimes, okay? And right now, multiple states are setting up extra lawsuits to send at the Trump administration, Doge, and Elon Musk. So if he is convicted or found liable, guilty, whatever in state cases, the president cannot pardon that. In my opinion, the bare minimum of what can happen with all this is that Elon Musk and Doge are just going to have to get up out of here, all right? Because way too many conflicts of interest have already taken place. And the best case scenario is he is going to be wrapped up in lawsuits from 22 different states. He loses those. That's going to present some real issues for him moving forward. He's going to have to put together a law team of his own to try and avoid jail time. This man's downfall is kind of playing out right in front of us in real time. In fact, I believe he was so aggressive over these last few days because he probably knew that he would not have an extended amount of time with these quote unquote access and powers. The fact is, Elon Musk just tried to bully the American government over the last few days. Something he probably learned from watching Donald Trump act. But at the end of the day, we're not putting up with everybody doing something like that. Donald Trump is the president. He's sitting in office. People voted for him. So there's a much more complicated process that it's going to take to combat somebody like him doing this type of stuff. But Elon Musk is a private citizen, all right? Again, I repeat, no money, no power, no influence is going to continue to save this man after doing the stuff that he has been doing.